What's up, guys? Phil here today behind the shop. I was going to do a little quick video about this Cold Steel Bushman knife I've had for a while. Now, people say a lot of things about this on the internet. You know, I've had this one a while. You can see it's kind of got a lot of rust and abuse on it, but I think it's pretty cool. One thing I don't like about it is being a left-handed mofo that's backwards, kind of. You know, if he was right-handed, that would fit in there just right. But this is mainly built to be a spear defensive weapon anyways. I've heard about these breaking and stuff. You know, people say they're not good. Once you throw it in something, it sticks and then bends and breaks off. Well, a lot of people try to put it on a stick like, you know, this big around. You know, whittle this down and stick it on the end. Then you got a 50-pound stick on the other end of it that, well, of course it's going to make it break. So, I mean, I wouldn't suggest putting anything heavier on the end of it than like a broomstick or something like that. But today I'm going to try to hook it on this piece of bamboo, which is nice and light. And we're going to see how good we can throw it. I like to take this on the river with me when I go, because if it's in the water, I don't really care about it. It's got a good sheath. It's got the newer sheath that locks in there pretty good. And it can clip on my swim britches. You know, usually I'm in the canoe or the float or something like that. You can just clip that right on your swim trunks and be good to go. As long as you don't pass nobody, then they look at you crazy. What's that guy got that big old knife hanging there for? But anyways, but you can lash it on your boat. You can lash it to the canoe or throw it in your bag or whatever, and it's good. It's got the fire steel shawsy with it, but which works too. But so it's pretty cool for little fires on the beach or whatever. But so I do like it for that. I wish they would have smushed this down. I wish they would have smushed the handle. It would have made it a little more, you know, sometimes when you grab it, it's round all the way around, so you might grab it and you can't really index it good without, you know, it feels the same all the way around. So that's something to keep in mind. But anyways, for a cheap little knife, and as opposed to buying the whole Cold Steel Spear, I mean, you can just buy the knife. It's pretty cool. What I got is this nice little short piece of bamboo that was left. I used up most of my supply from the bamboo canoe, and this is a piece that I had left from last year. But you know, if you put this right on the end, you got that hole, and it's kind of not fitting right. It's not quite where it needs to be. I want to get this bigger spot up here to this node, and then it'll make a good connection. But if I just cram it on there, it's going to split and break because bamboo's hollow. So what I've done is taken this piece of oak. This is blackjack oak from that tree right there behind me. But anyways, black little piece of oak stick, and I've whittled it down a little bit. So sometimes scraping it works better if you're having to use this hunk of junk. But it works really good for that. And this is factory edge, like I said. Of course, you can take it and make it better. But what I want to do is try to get this piece to seat all the way down to the node. And so I got a little more trimming to do here. Alright, I think I'll get a little glue and put it in there just for extra measure. So I'll go get some wood glue and come back. Okay, so I mixed me up some hide glue. Yeah, a little heavy on the hide glue, I think. But it's in there. Alright, that ain't gonna go nowhere or split out. So that'll be awesome. Now all I gotta do is taper this thing. But I will use a different knife that is easier. Now this knife didn't have much of an edge on it either when I got it, but it does now. I'm just taking the high spots off, going down and tapering it. Okay, I better test it out. Might get too carried away there. Yep. There we go. Good to go. Okay guys, there we have it. I got this spear. It's sitting on the ground here next to me, so it's, you know, head height to the top of it. And then the blade sticks up over. That way if you're walking with it like this, you don't you know, the blade's up higher, you don't trip and fall and stab yourself with it. You know, if you've got a shorter one, you trip and fall on it, that's not good. So at least make it overhead high so you don't poke your eyes out with it and stuff like that. You do. And I think this would be, well, for one thing, it's a lot cheaper than them M48 spears if you're just looking for something like that, to just have a spear on hand for some whatever reason. But, you know, a lot lighter, easier to maneuver. The handle might not be quite as, you know, durable as fiberglass or whatever they make that junk out of, but when it's in this configuration, I really like this knife. So let's throw it at something, see what we can do. Okay, I'm here at the 10-yard mark on my old shooting range over here. I picked my bag targets and threw them up on top because I don't want to slice them open and let all the guts fall out with this spear. And I got all the rest of the stick back there, and it's balanced right there. So you can see having a nice light handle on this is going to pretty much keep this from breaking. If you were hunting with this, you'd be up in a tree and throwing it straight down on something to get the full weight of it. Throwing it at something 10 yards away might be a little ambitious, I guess. I don't know. It'd be better to have a bow. There we go. It is crazy, it's a little slightly offset, so you know, whenever it flies through the air, it kind of has a serious wobble to it, since it's not a true spear point, which is something that I'm noticing a lot with it, you know. So if it was a true spear point, I imagine it'd be a lot better as far as balance. This is like whoop whoop whoop. Try it again. So, for a pretty cheap option of a spear, if you want a good spearhead, that's easy. Saw how quick I whipped that up. I'd say this ain't too bad. If you got fancy, you might just come in here and trim. You know, come in here and cut this off if you wanted to. I mean, you don't have to do that. This will still work how it is, but I wonder how it works as a throwing knife. I mean, if you can throw it like a spear, you should be able to throw it like a throwing knife, huh? It don't seem very balanced though for that, but we'll see anyways. See what we can do. My throwing skills ain't the best, but we'll see what we can do. One thing I can say is with a hollow handle, it definitely makes a lot of whistling going down there. It's like, okay, let's try it again. There we go, right through there. Another thing you can do maybe is get like 4 of them and come up with some cool Freddy Krueger glove, you know, like, it's been a while since I put a video out, so I just was out here playing with some bamboo and said, hey, let me make a spear video. So I got a comment on my last video about, you know, when I was doing the blowgun, that all life is precious and should be, you know, has a right to live and stuff, and that's cool, and I understand that, and I don't really kill the squirrels and stuff like I was leading on. I don't know why I went on such a squirrel tirade. I actually do know, because we got these little peach trees over here. If I really wanted to kill the squirrels, I'd just shoot them with my pellet gun. Okay, I got these peach trees, and they're little babies, and the squirrels were relentless trying to crawl up on them and get the peaches. I mean, you can see it looks kind of junk. You know, they crawl up there, steal the peaches, and break all the limbs off. I got one there, and one over there in the corner that we're trying to get going. I also got my blueberries here that I ultimately had to end up putting a bird net around, and that exhausted most of my bamboo supply. So we're trying to like get gardens going on here, and you know, all life, you know, has willing to live, and I'm just trying to help out my peaches and blueberries from the squirrel attacks and blue jays. Okay, and we also got, now I got some tomatoes growing over here too, and you know, they're doing pretty well. And we're just trying to keep the critters off our vegetables, okay? And if I ever do connect with a squirrel, do believe that I eat it, because I do. I love squirrels. If you don't believe me, check my Blackwater River video from about a year ago. Me and my nephew took them on our camp out and had an awesome squirrel stew. So nothing gets wasted, and I don't just do it because I'm a psychopath. I mean, I know people that watch me for a while know that, but you know, people just coming into that might not. So just a little thing on that. Every time I throw it right, I wish I would put a screw eye in it or something.